Sometimes life doesn't just close a door, it slams it in your face. And you start wondering, why me? Why now? But what if that rejection is actually life protecting you, redirecting you, pushing you towards something far bigger than what you asked for? Today's story will show you why every no you face might be the beginning of your real destiny. Hari grew up in a small village where dreams were often smaller than the mud houses people lived in. Most kids accepted their fate early, farming, fishing, or labor. But Hari, he had a different spark. He wanted to become a school teacher. The dream started when he was 8 years old. His village school had only one teacher, Master Raman, an old man who taught with more love than books. One day he told the class, "A teacher doesn't just teach lessons, he shapes lives." Those words dug deep into Hari's heart. While other kids played, he practiced writing. While others slept, he read old torn textbooks under a tiny lantern. His mother watched him with quiet pride, whispering, "One day, my son will become someone." Hari believed it. Years passed. Hari finished his studies and applied for the teacher recruitment exam. He prayed, he prepared, he sacrificed. But when results came, he failed. He smiled weakly, telling his mother, "It's okay. I will try again." And he did. He studied harder, tried again. Failed again. Villagers murmured. Maybe teaching is not his path. He should look for something else. Hari ignored the noise, but inside, he felt a sting. A third attempt came. And a third rejection followed. This time, he didn't smile. He didn't speak. He just walked outside at night, sat under the neem tree, and stared into the darkness. "Why, life," he whispered. "I've given everything. Why won't you open this one door for me?" He didn't know that life was preparing a different door altogether. One afternoon, Hari was passing by the old banyan tree near the village entrance. He heard giggles and confused murmurs. A group of children were trying to read signboards but kept stumbling. They weren't in school, because their families were too poor. Hari paused. Something tugged at his heart. He walked closer and asked, "Do you want to learn this?" The kids nodded shyly. So he took a stick, sat on the dusty ground, and wrote the first letter of the alphabet. A. Their eyes widened. Their smiles grew. That one moment lit a spark inside him. "Come tomorrow," he told them. And the next day, more children came. And the next, even more. There were no chairs. No books. No blackboard. Just dust, a stick, and Hari's purpose. Days turned into weeks. What started as a few children became a crowd. Villagers slowly realized. Hari didn't wait for a job to become a teacher. He simply became one. Some people who once mocked him now watched silently as he turned dust into a classroom and hope into alphabets. One old farmer said to him, "Maybe your exam rejected you, because the village needed you more." Hari smiled for the first time in months. His mother wiped her eyes and whispered, "Maybe this was God's plan all along." Years slipped by. Hari's dust classroom became famous in nearby villages. Children who had never touched a book could read full sentences. They spoke with confidence. They dreamed bigger. One day, a city-based education foundation visited the village. They expected to see uneducated children. Instead, they found a group of bright faces reading stories aloud under a banyan tree. "Who taught them?" one of the officers asked. All the children pointed to Hari. The officers were stunned. They asked Hari to tell his story. He told them about the failures, the rejections, and the day he chose to teach on the ground. After a long pause, the head officer smiled and said, "You didn't fail the exam, Hari. You outgrew it." They decided to build a small community school right there in the village, and appointed Hari as the head teacher. The entire village erupted in celebration. Hari stood there, tears in his eyes, realizing the truth he had missed all these years. Life didn't reject him. Life redirected him straight toward the purpose he was born for. Moral of the story: when life says no, don't break. Don't quit. Don't assume your dream is over. Sometimes the path you planned isn't the path meant for you. Sometimes rejection is protection. Sometimes a closed door is just life pointing you toward a better one. And sometimes, what feels like the end is actually the beginning of the story you were always meant to live.